public. If y'all new here, welcome. If you are not, welcome back. Hugs, bougie kiss, mwah, bougie kiss, mwah. Hi guys, how is everybody doing? I hope that you all are doing so great. I miss you guys so much. I literally feel like if I have not uploaded for like a day, I feel like I took an extended vacation from the channel, but your girl is here. And I'm so excited to be here because I have so much content that I have planned for y'all. Just a quick reminder before we jump into the video, I do have a link to a Google Doc. It's in my description down below, and if you click it, it will literally allow you to suggest video ideas to me. And be patient with me because there are a lot of inquiries, but I would love that. Just because, you know, I feel like I talk about so much on this channel. I cover so much and I love that. I've made like so many videos on the law of assumption. It has to be over 200 at this point. But sometimes I'm like, dang, I feel like I talked about everything. What do they want to hear more? I could go on about this forever and ever and ever, right? But you know what I'm saying? I want to know what y'all want me to talk about. So feel free to click that link and just go ahead and tell me what's on your mind, what you're struggling with, what you want more insight on. And I could be talking about it on the channel. Like, you know? So anyway, before we get into it, you already know what I'm about to say. If you would like to book with yours truly, click the link in the description box to www.lawofassumptionprincess.com. As always, make sure you read my disclaimer in full because it helps you out. You ain't got to ask me the questions. It helps me out. You ain't got to ask me the questions. I'm joking. But it just makes the process easier for most of us. Love you. Thank you. Wow. I have been talking about this, I feel like for like ever. I feel like I've been talking about this maybe in fragments forever, like on live or on Twitter or TikTok or like, you know, any social media space that I'm on. Oh, by the way, if you do not follow Law of Assumption Princess on Instagram, follow Law of Assumption Princess on Instagram because I'm very active over there and I'm very interactive and I love being on there with you all. Shout out to everyone who is following me on there because it's such a little community that I love and I have a lot of fun with. But yeah, I've talked about this in spurts. I'll put it like that. And you guys have been like very intrigued about this because even you all who have been watching me for a while have, you know, seen my evolution and have seen how I don't effort. And I've told y'all before that I am into lazy girl manifesting. I love lazy girl manifesting. Okay. Now, this is not an original concept. I'm not going to take like complete credit for this because we already know that, you know, your assumptions and your beliefs is what your reality is operating off of, right? So with that being said, I learned a little bit about this concept, I want to say in 2022. And I learned about this from a woman named Kira Lynn Barnett on TikTok and Instagram. She's an amazing woman. She's also Philly based. Hey Kira, if you ever want to come across this video, hey Kira, love her. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned her on the channel before, probably on a live. Now, I don't think that she identifies as Law of Assumption or really labels what she does at all. That does not bother me. If I receive the message, I receive the message. But she is someone who introduced the concept of lazy manifesting for me. And I really at first had a hard time grasping it, right? And I couldn't understand it because I was still kind of stuck in the belief that manifesting took effort. Meaning, if you want something, you got to put in some type of effort for it. If you want something, and I mean this like specifically with affirming, okay? I really was, and I'll be the first person to say it. I will say it. I was a person who was stuck in a belief for a minute. I don't even think I was aware of it. I don't even think that I was aware of the fact that I had this belief, but I had a belief that if you wanted to manifest something, you had to affirm for it. And when I found Kira's videos, she was the one that opened me up to that belief of not having to effort for what it is that you want. And at first, it just seemed too good to be true because I wasn't aware of the fact that I was putting the technique over myself. I was so attached to the technique of affirming. And I always knew that you could do anything and get whatever you want because it's basically your mind over the matter. You exist above the technique, you exist above the circumstance, you exist above everything. But I felt like if you wanted something, why wouldn't you have to parrot it back to yourself at least a certain number of times before you could get it? You get what I'm saying? Like almost like an even exchange. And I have realized ever since allowing this principle to enter my life, how you really don't have to do anything. I'm gonna tell y'all, I tell y'all all the time. I'm saying it like I'm telling y'all now, but I tell y'all all the time, especially lately, right? That I have pretty much divorced myself from any and all techniques simply because it got lethargic and it didn't feel good for me anymore. I didn't want to operate off of a belief that I had to have a give and take with my reality. I had to have a give and take with my manifestations. I just wanted to be able to assume something to be true and have that be my reality. Now, the way that I got into this and the way that I got good at this, because I know y'all are, that's the way that y'all see it. It's like, hey, you're doing this, you're applying this principle to your life, you're applying this measure to your life, and obviously it's working because you're in a really good spot right now. The way that I got good at this, take a wild guess. Take a wild guess. Where's the Jeopardy music? Identity. And let me just say this. Let me give this disclaimer before I even get any further into what I'm about to say. If you are somebody who is addicted to techniques, if you are somebody who is addicted to thinking that you have to do something to get something, there, like I said, there has to be some type of even exchange, some give and take. This concept at first is going to be hard for you to digest. I'm gonna just tell it to you straight. I'm gonna just give it to you right now. That's not even me trying to instill a limiting belief into you. It is just, if you are accustomed to thinking a certain way about something, even yes within the law, you're going to have a bit of a hard time grasping the fact that it could really just be that easy. And it's funny, right? It's funny when you think about it. It really is, because it's almost like, okay, we know about this law so that we can bring things into our life and do that with ease. But we're questioning if it takes effort or not to do that. We're questioning the fact that we have to even effort at all to do that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's almost like even if you're like manifesting weight loss, it's like, oh, if I don't go to the gym every day, I'm not going to lose that weight because I have to do something. I have to take a course of action in order to be the person that I want to be, experience the thing that I want to experience. And that's just not the case. Okay. But now let me get into identity. I feel like I talk about identity all day and night on this channel too. And that's not stopping anytime soon, but literally, this is how I got good at lazy girl manifesting. Was I got good at assuming the identity. What does that mean? What does that mean to assume the identity? To assume the identity means to identify and show up and know yourself to be the person that has whatever it is that you have, that is whatever it is that you want to be. And again, I want to clarify this too. That does not necessarily mean possessing the things, because the things are not going to make you confident, secure, whole, happy. If that was the case, people would not obtain their possessions and still be unhappy. Okay? If that was the case, people would not obtain their possessions and still feel unloved. If that was the case, people would not obtain their possessions and still feel like something's missing. Okay? So it's not about just being the person that has. It's about being the person that is. But what's the difference between being the person that has and the person that is? The person that is what they are unconditionally. The person that's chosen is not chosen because the SP chose them. The person that's chosen is not chosen because everyone in their reality is mirroring their affirmations and doing everything that they want them to do. The person that's chosen is chosen because they have the awareness that they are chosen no matter what. This is what I'm talking about. This is like the true concept, the true steak and potatoes, the true essence that I'll be talking about and I'll be trying to get into, is that when you are truly something, when you are truly embodying an identity, you're not waiting for confirmation. You're not waiting for validation. You're not telling yourself, oh, as a wealthy person, I'll know that I'm a wealthy person once this 10K falls into my lap, and then I can know that I'm a law of assumption master, and then I can know that I'm a powerful manifestor, and then I can know that I'm wealthy. And that is the kicker for a lot of people. They're waiting. They're putting conditions on something. They're telling themselves that once I get this materialistic thing to confirm who I am and what I am, then I can be that person unapologetically. Then I can know. And they're not realizing that that's still a condition. It's okay to want your desires, like obviously, right? I'm not villainizing that at all. It's okay to crave them. It's okay to affirm for them. It's okay to think about them. That's human nature. What I'm telling you is that the difference between the man that has and the man that is that the man that has, his hasing is conditional on what he possesses. The man that is going to be that indefinitely. The man that is going to be beyond the circumstances. The man that is going to be infinitely. The man that is going to be internally. So if I'm internally chosen, if I'm internally secure, if I'm internally happy, if I'm internally full, my SP can't do anything that will make me feel as though that can be taken away from me, because that's just who I am, period. So I know I'm rambling. I don't feel like I'm saying a whole lot of stuff, but what I'm essentially saying to y'all is that if you get firmly rooted in your identity, the manifestation aspect of it is automatic, because you've always been manifesting. You've always been manifesting since day one. There's never been an effort. There's just been an unconsciousness. That's really it. The only thing that's different now is that you're conscious of it. So you've been blindly assuming identities your whole life, whether it was good or whether it was bad. You've been assuming them. A lot of people have been predominantly assuming the identity of a victim. So they've been having victim-like experiences, right? And it seems so effortless and it seems so automatic because you're not actively doing anything to get anything. You're just assuming the position and assuming the identity. And then everything that is encapsulating that identity that you're assuming is coming into your reality. We're really reflecting back to you, right? So my question to you is, why would it be any different with anything else? Now, I just feel as though to a lot of you all, this is going to be like a, what? Like, this is just, I don't know if I can really accept this. I don't know if I can really understand this. And that's okay. That's okay. You know what I mean? But if you are one of those people who at this point, you're willing and you're beyond the point of, or let's just be honest, let's just say like you're one of the people you're just tired of it. You're tired. You tried everything. You just want to live life on easy mode. I'm going to be so real with you. You have to let go of anything and everything else that is not you. I'm talking about anything external. You have to put, like, genuinely all your eggs in one basket. That one basket being you. That one basket being you. You have to choose self over all else. As cliche as that sounds, as literally like as run of the mill as that sounds, because I feel like that's something that you just hear for the majority of your life, and it sounds so baseless. Like, you hear people say that in shows and movies, on talk shows, right? And it's like everyone's saying, put yourself first, put yourself above. But what the hell does that really mean? What I'm saying is you have to be your epicenter. Okay? You have to be your beginning, your middle, and your end. You have to realize, because like literally Neville says it all the time, consciousness ends and begins with you. Because it's literally all everything is just your consciousness. It's your consciousness. Gosh, your consciousness. So how did I get good at manifesting without efforting? Identity. Because if you choose your identity, your consciousness has no choice but to follow. They're one and the same. They're the best of buddies. Okay. Now, if y'all want me to make another video on this, honestly, and maybe even get like a little more in depth or get like more in detail, I shall. Because I feel like there are certain aspects of this that I could get like, more into. I could give y'all more of the nitty gritty. Maybe we'll do a live or something. Maybe we'll do like a YouTube live where you guys can like ask me more about this. But genuinely, this is how I do. I don't like to try. I don't like to effort. I don't like to overextend myself. I had a realization that I don't want to do that. I don't feel like I'm on earth to work for my desires. I'm not here to work for my manifestations. I'm not here to work for my joy. I'm not here to work for my love. They're here to work for me. They're here to work for me. And I'm here to enjoy it. I'm here to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So I just had a realization that I just don't want to continue to effort. I don't want to convince myself that I'm only going to get this thing once I affirm 5,000 times. I'm only going to get this thing once I or follow whatever, arithmetic in the world that there is. It's great. It's great for instilling a practice. It's great for instilling a new belief. I don't think that, I tell y'all all the time, I don't think that they're inherently negative or bad at all. Love techniques will never shit on them. But this is how I genuinely got good at lazy girl manifesting, passive manifesting, I guess you could call it. Manifesting by proxy. I assume it to be so. I assume it to be so. And it is so. I don't want to work. I don't want to try. I just want to assume the identity and receive all of my abundance because it's already rightfully mine. So the way I see it is, how could I earn what's already mine? If I lead with my identity, the rest is already answered. The rest is already spoken for. Do I have emotions? Hell yeah. This is the channel of law of assumption mixed with emotions. Because I used to never see anybody else like talk about that shit before. I literally never saw people talking about how to manifest when you're having emotions and when you're having breakdowns. So I'll never shut up about that. But even so, I still go back to the identity of the woman who has it all. Yeah, I do. And it's blessed my life. It feels so good to know that I don't really have to do. I just have to know. I just have to decide. And I'm not like, again, looking out here, waiting, searching, hoping. I'm just like mellowed out because I am secure in my decision. Everything starts with a decision. Every manifestation starts with a decision. And then everything else follows. Okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and end it right here because I've been freaking rambling. I've been talking my ass off. Okay? Go ahead and follow me on social media. Follow my socials. Especially my Law of Assumption Princess page. And until next time, you know that I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.